Yeah.
Like,
Back to what we were talking about a second ago. About the things that I do that were annoying, but because we communicate, it's not annoying.
like it looks like store-bought cookie dough. About to pop this fish in the oven. And a question that I'm asking myself is, what can I do to improve my current state of life?
It's just interesting to the back line of the race. You could have responded differently. It was really that simple.
Yeah.
Closet tonight.
Good morning, 7. It is Wednesday, January 22nd, I think. Yes. Almost 7. Now you are having an espresso with a little bit of milk. It's really good, by the way. And some bourbon vanilla simple syrup that I made with brown sugar. It's almost done, actually. And today you woke up around, I don't even know what time, 5:30ish, to go use the bathroom. And not only did I have to plunge the toilet, but I also had to clear the sink drain. And these tasks, they really weigh on me. Growing up, I was forced to clean things all the time. And then whenever I would ask why my like guy cousins didn't have to do it, it would just be like, because you have to do it. And so when I do them now, I've trained my brain to tell myself that like this is a man's job and that I don't have to do it, although that's not really true, because like what even is that? But I'm also just used to like my ex doing all of these things. So since not having them able to do these things and having to do them myself, I've gained a bit of strength. Because after doing them, I was like, wow, this is really not that hard. This is not a man's job. This is my job because this is my home and these are my responsibilities to take care of. And if I need to use my bathroom, then I'm gonna do that. Good job, guys. Okay, that being said, I did all that. And then I put away my dishes, got cleaned from the night before, made myself a coffee. And, you know, my teeth are all brushed and I feel better. And now, I also got some reusable floor cleaning pads for my mop because I was just using these microfiber ones before, which I love because they're great for my floors and to clean for daily use because I have a puppy, but that's unsustainable, 1, and 2, not something that I can afford. And I've been wanting to get these reusable ones for a while, so I got those. They came in the mail. They said they were going to be delivered last night, but I just found them, so they're here. Bosky, do not go in there, come. So I'm excited to clean my floors with that today. And what else? I think I'm supposed to be hanging out with a friend today, but I don't know because I'm really bad at making plans if it's not with Mo or Judah, because I see them every day. Okay, yes, I do believe we're supposed to meet today. I don't know what time, because I also planned a date today, so we'll see. Yeah, you had an extremely productive day yesterday. Probably the most productive day of your whole entire year. And I want you to be proud of yourself and aware of the fact that you are not dead. You're very much alive. There's a version of you that is thriving, and you can tap into them at any moment. Just keep being great. Also, I finished Dickinson yesterday, which was that show that you were watching on Apple TV, which is a modern take on Emily Dickinson's life. And after the show, I did some research on a few of the characters because I wanted to know if their backstories were real. Like Henry, the black character that was I don't even know what he did for the Dickinson family. I believe he was a stable hand, but also he performed various other tasks for them. And then his wife, Betty, her name's Betty, played by Amanda Warren. But anyways, I just wanted to see if his backstory was real because in the show, well, I don't know if this is a spoiler, but in the show, he ends up writing or starting this newspaper that goes on to lead a whole bunch of black people in the South to start a revolution, basically. And he ends up having to flee from Massachusetts. Well, not having to flee, but he flees his family from Massachusetts to go serve in the Civil War. Or he leaves to go teach a bunch of black men that volunteered to serve in the Civil War, but America wasn't recognizing them as real soldiers, but they were also setting them up to fail. So he was offered a position to teach them how to read and write, to make them more, I don't even know, I can't even, presentable to the white man, I guess, because Henry was working for the Dickinsons, which is a prominent family, and then he ended up leading a revolution with them. But I wanted to see if that story was real, because in the show, they start one of the first battles of the Civil War, in which they were murder a whole entire battalion of Confederate, I think that's the South, soldiers that were marching on them, and they literally blindsided them and attacked them and killed them all. And I just wanted, like, there were a lot of things that this Henry character did that were really prominent, and I wanted to know where they came from. And I did a little bit of research, and it seems like Henry was based on on a real man who was Frederick Douglass's son, Lewis Henry Douglass. So if you don't know who Frederick Douglass is, look him up. Lewis Henry Douglass is the oldest son of Frederick Douglass, and as a child he worked as a typist at his father's newspaper. And then during the Civil War he enlisted. He joined the Union Army 2 months after the Emancipation Proclamation was signed, which is also ironic because in the show they kept telling the soldiers that they couldn't get their guns until Abraham said it was okay, Lincoln, or until he signed the Emancipation Proclamation, and they did not want to wait, so they were told to intercept a delivery of guns and take matters into their own hands, and they did. That's not exactly what this guy did. They definitely embellished the story a little bit, but it was very interesting to see the comparison between the two. Also, this guy wrote a ton of letters to his wife while he was on the front lines in the war. Hello, 7. It is, what time is it? 1 p.m. on the 24th of January, and you're currently making your second batch of sourdough chocolate chip cookies, because I made a batch yesterday of 8 large cookies, and they turned out so good that they're all gone. And I myself ate 3 or 4 of them. So I'm making a second batch because the people that I wanted to try them didn't get a chance to try them. Can you get out of the trash, please? And today's day 3 of my sourdough starter. I fed it about an hour ago, and I put it in a new jar. Not even an hour ago, more like 30 minutes ago. So there's not much action happening, but it was quite active the past couple of days. Just leaving it up here. And yeah, I'm gonna get it on and cracking with these cookies because they're so goddamn good and I really want some right now. And then after these cookies, I'm going to make myself a French onion soup for lunch. But instead of cream, I'm going to replace it with beef or chicken stock, which is similar to the original recipe according to Max on Tasting History. Because I'm developing a little bit of a cold, so I want some of those healthy vitamins that are in beef and chicken stock. Alright, back to baking. I will let you know when the cookies are done. I just realized that I low-key fucked up already because yesterday when I made this, I only used the egg yolk instead of the whole egg. And just now, because I was not paying attention or moving too quickly, or I don't know, I ended up putting the whole egg in here. And it's fine, you know, cookie recipes have been made with whole eggs before, but the point of omitting the egg white is because they have a high water content, and because there's sourdough starter in here that already has a high water content, so we're trying to lessen the amount of water that's in here. and I don't want to just add more flour to make up for it. So it was fine. We will just end up with hopefully a thinner, crispier cookie. It smells so good. And it's also like the most beautiful cookie dough. Like this is the kind of cookie dough that I want to eat right now, okay? I'm not sure at what point I updated the camera, but it is now 7 p.m. I'm about to pop this fish in the oven to steam for dinner. Second batch of cookies are done. I have some squash here that I baked earlier that I'm gonna eat with this fish. And this is just gonna take about 20 minutes in the oven. And Basky's already eaten. You already ate, right? Did you already eat food? You already ate your food? Go away. The most compelling parts of it are the sections where she's writing about Haitian Buddhism. The social commentary is much more prevalent. Her Haitian perspective.
This lifestyle's forever when you made. They tweet about the
Finally got my hands on some frozen tuna steaks from Trader Joe's. I'm sorry that I went there. These were $8 for the 2 steaks, and this one's pretty large. It's about the size of my hand. That one's about half the size, or a little more than half. I'm following a Tish recipe. They were marinated in salt and pepper, and then this is like a honey something. Honey, soy sauce. What else is in here? Brown sugar, lime juice, lemon peels, and cilantro. And that's it. We're gonna serve it over some rice and veggies. These are my almond butter espresso cookies. They look extremely soupy, so I feel like I should put them in the fridge before I bake them, but I feel like I also don't know if they're supposed to look like that because the video they didn't look like that, but I really don't know. I'm kind of scared. I'm just gonna put them in the oven. I'm so scared. Well, those are my cookies, and whoever made this video on YouTube, fuck you. Because I did exactly this, and this is not that. New batch of cookies. These ones are sourdough cookies. These ones are definitely going to turn out good, and I know because I made this recipe like 3 or 4 times. 3 times. The 3rd time was bad, but this time's going to be good. It looks so good. Like, it looks like store-bought cookie dough. Okay, first batch of cookies are going in, and I promise these are going to come out way better than the last ones. They have to.
What I want in my life is to come clearer every day, even though life is more painful to live. And I hate that.
What do you want is to do what?
What I want out of life is to
Is it good? Is it yummy? Yo, the way she got that shit between her. Okay, I just have to document this because this is the most beautiful colored veggie broth I've ever made. Like, do you see how brown, red, beautiful this is? Like, it's not gray. It's, like, vibrant. There's, like, it's stock, by the way, not broth. Actually, I don't know the difference between stock and broth. But these 2 quarts I'm going to keep, and this I'm going to use to make some soup for my friend because he's sick. Okay, this chair and I, we've had 2 lovely whole years together, but it's time to unfortunately say goodbye because it is now a hazard and will kill somebody if they sit on it. It was sad when I had to take the handlebars off of these chairs. There's this one and that one over there. That one's somehow still pushing along. But this one unfortunately has to go because, as you can see, it is worse than the Leaning Tower of Pisa. Here, I'm gonna sit in it. Look. So you just like you can sit. It's kind of like when you're in one of those rides at the fair where your like legs go up in the air. I don't know if you can see my legs dangling in the air right now, but it's kind of scary. Oh, what's that? Oh my god, this is so scary. Ooh, oh my god, it's kind of a fun ride, but like, if you fall off of this, you're definitely gonna hurt yourself real bad. But this is kind of fun. Whee! 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 Oh my god, I'm getting really dizzy. I kind of don't want to throw this away now. It's kind of fun. Whee! But yeah, I really should not be leaning like this, and I really don't want anyone to be sitting in it and then they die. Ooh. This is really fun. Yeah. Yeah. It has to go. I just fell over on camera.
You recorded yourself off.
I didn't mean to fall.
You gotta post it. You're gonna go viral. See how I'm tripping? Tripping to my GoFundMe and give me some money.
Oh, this is so cute. Can you even see Bosky?
No. Like all of her body in the shot. Well, that's actually interesting though.
There she is.
We could talk without having our heads in it.
Okay. Hi. I'm 7. That's Sheila. You already know this. I can't see and my eyeballs are burning
Why don't you just put your glasses on?
because I've had them on all day and they're making my head hurt. But this is a little sample of what the round table talk's gonna look like. The literal round table. Not a red table. The round table.
Yeah, no trademark. Jada will. Don't come for us. Please.
Also, my left hand is itching, so it's been itching all day. I better get some money. I don't know if it's itching because like life is telling me this is what I need to do right now to make money. Like, is that the sign? Or
I would say yes. I think that your life is very well set up to record and make things. You have a lot of things to do that with.
that's the goal.
Yeah, just get into it.
Get into it, yeah.
Yeah.
Are you sure you want a sandwich? Because I was gonna make tacos for lunch.
Ooh, now talk about the chicken.
Now I have some ground beef taco mix that I made. It has black beans and ground beef and tomatoes.
I do. The answer is yes.
Okay. I also made some really fresh salsa yesterday, and it's really, really good. It's not too spicy because I used a whole can of tomatoes to 1 jalapeno.
Ooh, okay.
And a whole onion and
So
garlic
you were
and
tripping.
cilantro. No, I didn't make it too spicy. I was going to because Mo specifically requested this salsa for herself, and she likes spicy things, but I didn't make it spicy. Also, the J is yours.
Yeah. Is this the... Okay, let's get back into what we were talking about a second ago.
About what?
About the things that I do that were annoying, but because we communicate, it's not as annoying. Like, what do I do? Like when I'm texting and I can't talk at the same time?
Or like, for example, yeah, like that. Like if this was me and him and we were recording something together, like I guess it's really just me learning from my mistakes. How I wanted you to like look at the camera immediately in that second before it went off, but you were like focused on doing your own thing. He would be like, I can't do whatever it is that you want me to do in the moment that you want me to do it. Like I understand that you want me to get it done, but I'm gonna run on my own time. And I'm like, I get that, but there's a reason why I need you to do said thing in said moment.
Mm-hmm.
But like that, we would communicate, and then we wouldn't grow from that. Whereas like, you do it. This is where I think I'm the problem, because I couldn't, like I did just now, sit and wait. Although in that moment I was very antsy and anxious, and I was like, stop texting now. Like I didn't force you to, because I don't have a right to, because, well, I don't. Whether you're my partner or not, but like when you're in a relationship, you kind of feel like you can force your partner to do things.
Yeah.
So like, I think that's what he was tired of.
Probably.
Like that strain of like being in a relationship and like having to do things because you are, or because you care for your partner, which is like different from caring for your friend.
Yeah. Well, I feel like the only reason why you compare it also is because of the time that we spent together. Like we're around each other a lot, so you probably witness me do that a lot more than you would other people. And so the amount you have to deal with it is a lot less with them. Whereas it can actually annoy you with me. But also at the same time, like you're saying, you literally just can't make me do it.
Yeah.
So like when you're with a partner, you can ask them to do it, right? I feel like if you're with somebody who like wants you to feel comfortable and it's not a big lift for them, like there are times where they can stop what they're doing. They can stop texting and like do it. I think that's a fine thing to ask of a person, but I don't think it's a fair thing to expect.
I agree, because I've seen people do it.
I do it all the time, especially when it's my partner. People treat people and like their relationship style with them like differently, you know? So it's not like, I don't think you are like, I think you're right in that you're growing and that you can't make a person do that, but also like a person can do that for you and it's not necessarily like rooted in that.
Yeah, I get that too. But it's just interesting to look back on memories and be like,
You could have responded differently.
it was really that simple.
Yeah. It was, but your pride and ego were attached to it in a different way. I kind of have chosen the route, not of avoidance, but of like letting go of trying to get partners to like do things on like the show that they're paying attention to me through like not having the distractions. I think the only reason why is because we live in a very distracted world, and there's so many things that person would have to be able to turn off, and we've like built anxiety relieving tendencies around being distracted.
Yeah.
So in this world, like, it's not that I don't think it's fair to ask for someone's attention, but like I honestly don't know if I could get it all the time,
Which is very understandable.
you know. But at the same time, it definitely bothers me when I'm like doing an activity or something that's like curated with a person and they're not focused. Like if you asked me to update your cover letter, even if I was responding to text to it, there would be longer periods of me like doing the task you asked me to do than me being on my phone. You know what I at me because I'm focused on what you asked me to do. Or if you were like, can we go on a walk so I can talk about this thing, right? I'm not going to be on my phone because I'm trying to actually listen instead of decide if I need to be tuned in right now or not, you know?
Yes, and that's where I think this is gauged to every single person, because like that's just the kind of person that you are, whereas the kind of person that I think I am is like, if I am doing something with someone, or like if you ask me to do something, I'm not going to be engaged on my phone or my iPad at all, because, well, I can't say my iPad for sure, but
Yeah,
like not my
iPad.
phone at all, because like I have a better relationship with my phone than other people, so to say.
Yeah.
So it's very easy for me to just like put my phone down and not scroll or not respond to a text for hours when I'm engaging with somebody, and I think I expect the same thing from other people, but I can't do that in this society.
Or not with the current people you have around you. You can expect that from people who have the same values as you, right?
True, but who else in this world fucking just doesn't value their phone?
You gotta find them. I don't know. I don't be looking for those people. But there probably exists. There's people who like live off the grid and like are anti-cell phone.
Yeah, they're off the grid.
Go off the grid then. Why are you here?
I want to go off the grid, but I'm not rich yet.
That's
enough
true.
To go off the grid.
That's true.
One day.
Yeah. There's time on your side, you know?
Well, that's a wrap. My pants are unbuttoned. Hope you enjoyed our little chat. I'm gonna make tacos now. Goodbye. Good night. Have a nice life. Wise words of my grandma, Baby G. It is Saturday, 8th of February. Almost 6 a.m. I've walked my dog. I've showered. I'm gonna feed her now. I am feeling very, there's no other word for what I'm feeling other than depressed. Like, I've been sending out job applications for like months now and just receiving rejection after rejection, and I'm so sick and tired of hearing that I'm capable, or knowing that I'm capable, and then sending out job applications and getting rejection after rejection after rejection. Like, I don't understand why I went to school to get a degree if every single job in which I can utilize my degree that I applied to is going to be like, no, we want someone better. This career seeking world is not for the weak, and I am the weak. I'm not physically weak, I'm mentally weak. No reason to be filming right now. I literally just wanted to say that I am. Today's a low day. Very, very low day. I mean, it's not very, very low because I did wake up and shower, but like after. Good morning, 7. It is Tuesday, February 11th, and I just, I woke up about it's 8:23 now. I woke up like 2 hours ago, and I just finished cleaning my whole house because I've been in a very low state for about a week or so now. Lots of existential thoughts and a whole bunch of other thoughts that I'm not going to get into because I'm finally forcing myself to get up out of this low state because I haven't ate anything in like days, and my dog also hasn't, and it's starting to show, and it's one thing for me to neglect myself, but it's another thing for me to neglect another living being, which is why sometimes I think I'm grateful for having Basti, because would I even be alive if I didn't have to take care of her? But that's besides the point. I'm updating my large calendar because we are 1, 2, 3 weeks into February, and it was still stuck on, I hadn't written anything on here since like the second week of January, and a question that I'm asking myself is, what can I do to improve my current state of life? And right now I have my habit tracker up here, but I don't know what else. So that's the question of the day. So what can I do to improve my current state of life?
But books.
So I'm rewatching Orange is the New Black, but also it's Wednesday, by the way, Wednesday the 12th, and I'm making a breakfast burrito for myself. But there's a lot here, so I'm gonna batch make it and make 2. I cut up 2 potatoes because I have a ton of them and I need to use them. So I'm gonna make some shepherd's pie later, but for now I'm using a couple of them for breakfast burritos. I made this huge egg white omelet yesterday that I could not eat because depression, so I saved it and then I chopped it up. I'm gonna throw that in the breakfast burrito. I have this ground beef and black bean mixture that I made for meal prep earlier in the week, so I'm gonna throw that in there too. And then I have some corn, and then I'm just gonna eat it with this salsa that I made. And I have these really large tortillas. And yeah, I'm back to making breakfast burritos for Depression 7.
Wouldn't steal. Apparently not enough. What was I supposed to do, Nikki? Lock you in a tower?
Okay, it's 5:30 p.m. Still watching Orange is the New Black. Boiling some potatoes, defrosting my meat in a way that you should not be, and then prepping my veggies for shepherd's pie, and then stockpiling more scraps for stock.
Prison, regular. Oh, don't worry, it's not so bad. Not so bad.
Something else for excluding people, like how you excluded Brooke.
So.
Oh, man.
Closet tonight?
Go teeth.